There you go.
Yeah.
You can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So for this one at first, for now, so I have this table here, which is basically. Oops, I left it. Oh yeah. So which is well, basically you select the type of experiments you want to do, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But the most interesting stuff is I have a table here, right here. The edges are actually right here. So if I align my fingers with that and
Mm-hmm.
press on the corners, I can just align it. I will just leave the controllers here. So now this is with my real hands, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's like everything is aligned to the perfect thing, and it
Okay.
feels so you can really well. First of all, it gives a lot of immersion
Mm-hmm.
to be able to touch something and feel it's there. But also for these patients, they usually lost equilibrium easily. Or even if not, you've seen all these demos of people playing.
Yeah. Blank.
Rich's Plank
Yeah.
experience where they just jump into the
Yeah.
void,
Yeah.
because they don't, they at some point they get confused and they don't make sense of what is real
Yeah.
anymore,
Yeah.
what is not. So this is also very helpful because sometimes people try to lean over the table,
Mm-hmm.
and then they find there's no real table and they fall over, etc. So yeah, with this one, you add a lot of immersion. It's a very simple thing to do, and then you also add some safety in there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just while we are on it, another thing that I had the other day is that I made all these buttons also have the sound from
Nice.
MRTK, and that feels so good now.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's for the table. The other thing was the gestures. So well, this is a super basic first example of the exercises that you have
Mm-hmm.
to do. But the other thing we were talking about is gesture confirmation, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you actually have it. Oculus does it really well. Like you can see the Oculus logo, and when you start, it start to.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't really confirming here. No, it's more like it's telling you you can do it. As soon as you look, you can do it, and then it starts to confirm. As you get closer, it changes a little bit the icon, so you
Yeah.
can see that you are about to do it. And this is something I've been seeing missing in most demos,
Mm-hmm.
which is even though it's very clear, it's on the first line of the Oculus experiences saying, do tell your users they are about to do a gesture, not that they
Mm-hmm.
are just doing a gesture. So in this demo here, for people who are not seeing the video, obviously, I have a lot of objects of different colors, like a green bottle, blue book, etc., or pink glasses. I have different feedback. Again, for these people, I need all the feedback I can give them. So when you touch something, as soon as you touch something, your hands will glow the color
Mm-hmm.
of the object. For
Yeah.
example, it will glow green on the green bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But then you grab using the pinch, or well, I think you can just close the hand, etc. When you grab, your whole hand becomes that
Yeah. Yeah.
color. But when you start to grab as well, like as soon as you start to pinch,
Mm.
your hand starts to change towards that color, trying to tell you like, yeah, you are about to transition into a grab, and then you grab and it goes. Even
Yeah.
more, you can use both hands, so it even gives more feedback because you can start doing it with the other hand, and
Mm.
it starts to confirm. So as soon as you grab the other one that doesn't hold anymore,
Yeah.
becomes white as well. So this one is working really well, and we are very happy. Like first the security of having the table here and the
Mm-hmm.
immersion it gives, but also the obviousness of okay, you don't have haptics, but you
Yeah.
know when you start to close your fingers that something is happening, and
Yeah.
that helps and make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So that's for this demo. Well, this another thing I'm working on this one, but still not fully ready. It's on a different branch of the project, which is also doing some sort of distant grab, but that's still not. I'm not super happy about it, like
Mm-hmm.
because
So
raycasting from the hand is not
so a
great.
bit like Half-Life Alex.
Kind of, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to do it more simple, like as simple as also trying to do like the grab gesture, but from a point of view.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, but at the moment, is you do it, and the bottles start to whatever you're pointing at start to float, and then comes towards you.
Ah.
Uh,
Okay. I see.
because if I do something like have like Alex, I think
Yeah.
my
No, I
patients
get
will
that.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
get really scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's another problem with hand tracking as well. We didn't mention is that the hand tracking is not great. And as soon as you one hand goes over
Yeah,
another
the
hand.
occlusion
There's
problem.
occlusion, they disappeared. If you move really fast, they disappear as well.
Yeah.
Again, for my patients who take things quite literally, sometimes some people can panic, like they think they forgot their hand or something. It's just, so that's certainly an interesting problem.
Yeah.
And I think I have. So the other little project I'm working on at the moment, it's a bit. This is a bit more simple at the moment. So this is not really about hand tracking. This is more about using hand tracking as a tool for us, the creators, to speed up our work.
Yeah.
So here in the video, for people who are seeing the video, you can see two things. One is the black skeleton, which is driven by hand tracking. Like, this is what the hand tracking is giving me. And the hands are actually 3D model hands by a third person, whatever, that doesn't necessarily align perfectly with a human hand. I mean, you could have even just 3-finger hands or whatever. And then the usual problem is in non-hand tracking demos, but also hand tracking demos, is how do you do the grabbing gesture, because you don't want to just always be grabbing objects like that. You want it to look like a natural grab, like you're grabbing maybe this cube like this. And usually that involves having an artist working for hours and hours, putting like how many different ways can I grab this cube, and he will go to every single way, and instead of using his hand, he will take a hand and will animate each single finger into position, into all the different positions, and this is just a cube. Imagine a shoe, or I don't know, a complex object.
Yeah.
So what I'm working on is a more natural way for indies, I guess, let's say, like me, which is you just put the hand in a way that you find is natural, and then when you press space, you can recall the grabbing poses, and then you can put. See, this is the. So you can recall all the grabbing poses you want. You can still edit them, and then you can save them. And now when you go with the controller to grab it, the hand will find, when you're starting to do a grab, the hand will find which is the closest of all this.
And offer that, like.
Yeah, and start to go as you start to grab, to grab the object. It will start to get the natural pose for grabbing.
Nice.
The big question here is, will this work for hand tracking as well? Like. And that's another thing I want to investigate, because obviously you still want people to do the pinch.
Yeah.
But sorry, say.
Yeah. What about people? People have different sizes for their hands.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So that's another one. That's another problem. As you see here, actually, my hand, which is the black one, my real hand is the black one, doesn't really fit this 3D model hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another problem that mine was trying to solve. With hand tracking, that certainly is another.
I guess you could.
Problem.
Yeah, I guess you could scale those kind of placeholder hands accordingly.
Yeah, but then I guess starting the fingers won't necessarily be on the edge.
True.
So maybe the other way is to give them a hand like this one's, which is a rig hand controlled by the hand, but it's a fixed size hand. So it's a very complex topic, I guess. But I was talking with Eric Provencer, he's MRTK developer, about how to do this kind of grabbing an object with hand tracking, but so your hand looks like it's really grabbing it, not just like pinching in the center of it. And maybe there is a way where the visually the hand goes into this state, but it turns into the color as you start to pinch, like we are doing on the other demo. So you can see visually you are doing it, but then the hand stays in the grabbing point. That's the next area to explore, I guess. There's so many open paths to explore. We will get